Everyone is talking about Nolan's Odyssey. The trailer dropped, the internet cracked open, Matt Damon in a helmet, Robert Pattinson as the villain, Zendaya as a goddess, a Cyclops the size of a building. 121 million views in 24 hours. People who never opened a history book suddenly asking, who is Odysseus? What is this story? Why does it matter? I'm not here to talk about the trailer. I'm here to talk about the version nobody remembers. The one that got there first. The one that understood something about this story that a $250 million IMAX spectacle might miss entirely. This is the 1997 Odyssey, and it is about something Nolan will have to work very hard to match. It is about what it costs to survive. The war is over, 10 years. That is how long Odysseus fought at Troy. 10 years of blood and strategy and fire. He is the one who built the horse, the wooden horse, the trick that ended everything. He did not win the war with strength, he won it with his mind. That matters. Remember that. He should be home in weeks. He will not be home for 10 more years. The gods are watching. This is not metaphor. In this world, the gods are real, and they are petty, and they are present. Poseidon, god of the sea, hates Odysseus. Because Odysseus blinded his son, the Cyclops, the giant with one eye who ate his men 2 at a time, who locked them in a cave like livestock. Odysseus drove a burning stake into that eye. And then, and this is the mistake, the one that costs everything, Odysseus stood at the edge of his ship and shouted his real name into the dark. I did this, me, Odysseus of Ithaca. He could not let a monster have the last word. He could not leave without the credit. His ego spoke when his wisdom should have. And Poseidon heard, and the sea became his enemy for a decade. This is the first lesson of the Odyssey. The same cunning that saves you can destroy you. Pride is not a personality flaw. In this story, pride is a death sentence with a slow fuse. Now meet the man. Armand Assante plays Odysseus like a man carrying a wound he refuses to show. He is not a superhero. He is not invincible. He is tired. He is brilliant and tired. And he wants to go home with a desperation that he has to keep burying under leadership, under strategy, under the performance of being the man his crew needs him to be. That tension between who you are and who you must appear to be is the spine of this film, because the monsters are real. The Cyclops is real. Scylla and Charybdis are real. The 6-headed serpent on one side, the whirlpool that swallows ships whole on the other. You cannot fight both. You have to choose which one costs you less. Odysseus chooses Scylla, loses 6 men, 1 to each head, watches them die calling his name. He keeps sailing. That is not heroism in the clean, marble statue sense. That is something older and harder. That is a man doing the math of survival and living inside the answer. Then Circe, Bernadette Peters plays her. The witch, the goddess, the woman who turns men into pigs, literally. His crew lands on her island. She feeds them, she drugs the wine, she waves her staff. They drop to their knees, and the knees become hooves, and the faces become snouts. And suddenly the crew of the great Odysseus are squealing in a pen. He comes to rescue them. She tries it on him. It doesn't work, because Hermes warned him, gave him a herb, a counter. He holds a sword to her throat. She falls, she submits. She offers him her bed, and a year of comfort and safety. And he takes it. He stays a year. Not because he forgot Penelope, because he is human. Because safety, after years of blood and salt water and watching men die, is a thing the body cannot refuse. He stays a year. Then he leaves, because home is louder than comfort. But the year happened, and the film does not judge him for it. The Odyssey does not traffic in easy moral judgment. It deals in the weight of being alive. Then the Underworld. He goes to the land of the dead. Christopher Lee plays Tiresias, the blind prophet. And Christopher Lee in the Underworld speaking in riddles is exactly as good as it sounds. He tells Odysseus the path home. But first Odysseus sees his mother. She died while he was gone. Grief, not age. She could not survive the waiting. He reaches for her. You cannot touch the dead. They pass through your hands like smoke. He reaches again. Because some things the mind knows and the body refuses to accept. That scene is the heart of the film. Not the Cyclops, not Circe, not the sirens. The moment when a man reaches for his dead mother in the underworld and finds nothing. 20 years of war and sea and monsters and gods. And the thing that breaks him is the empty air where she used to be. Meanwhile, in Ithaca, Penelope is waiting. Greta Scacchi plays her not as a passive woman, but as a strategist in her own right. The suitors have moved into the palace, dozens of them, eating the food, drinking the wine, demanding she choose one of them and declare Odysseus dead. She weaves a tapestry and tells them she will choose when it is finished. Every night she unravels what she made that day. She has been doing this for years. She is buying time with thread. She is fighting a war with patience the way her husband fights with cunning. And neither of them knows the other is still fighting. This is what the story is actually about. Not the monsters, not the gods, the distance between two people who have not stopped loving each other across 20 years and an ocean they cannot cross. He comes home. Not as a king, as a beggar, disguised, alone, his palace full of men who want his wife and his throne, his son grown, Tom Holland in Nolan's version, a boy he left as an infant. He walks in and no one knows him except his dog. The dog is old, dying. The dog who has waited 20 years lifts his head, recognizes the scent, wags once, and dies, because that is how loyalty works in Homer. It kills you. It keeps you alive through everything, and then, when the thing you waited for finally arrives, the waiting is over and so is the reason to stay. Then the bow. Penelope sets a contest. Whoever can string Odysseus's great bow and fire an arrow through 12 axe heads wins her hand. The suitors try. They cannot even string it. The bow will not bend for men who do not deserve it. Then the beggar asks for a turn. They laugh. He strings it in one motion, like breathing. Fires. The arrow travels through all 12. And then he looks up. And Penelope knows. And the suitors understand, too late, what they have been standing in the same room with. The slaughter is not triumphant. It is necessary. It is a man reclaiming his home one room at a time, with arrows and old grief and 20 years of reasons. When it is done, he finds Penelope. She tests him. She is not easy with her belief. She asks about their bed, the secret of it, something only he would know. He tells her. She weeps, not from weakness, from the relief of a woman who held an entire kingdom together on the belief that he was still alive, and has now been proven right. Here is what the 1997 Odyssey understood that no trailer can show you. The journey is not the point, the journey is the cost. Every monster is a toll, every island is a delay. Every goddess offering comfort and eternity is a question. How badly do you actually want to go back? And every time Odysseus chooses the sea over the island, the storm over the shore, he is answering that question with his body. Nostos. The Greeks had a word for it. The pain of homecoming. Not just the act of returning, the ache of it. The wound of wanting home so badly that the wanting itself becomes a kind of suffering. Every step toward Ithaca cost him something. His men, his years, his mother. Parts of himself he will never get back. Nolan's version will be enormous. The IMAX cameras, the score by Ludwig Göransson, the cast assembled like a museum of talent. It will be spectacle the way only Nolan can deliver spectacle. Real, physical, shot on film, the kind of thing that makes you feel the size of the world. But spectacle is not the same as weight. The 1997 version had no budget for that. What it had was Armand Assante reaching for his dead mother in the dark. What it had was a dog dying from 20 years of loyalty. What it had was a woman unraveling her work every night so the men who wanted to erase her husband could not yet force her hand. The monsters in Nolan's version will be bigger. The grief in the 1997 version is heavier. Both are true. Both matter. And now, right now, while everyone is looking at the trailer, is the perfect time to understand what they are actually looking at. Because Homer did not write an adventure story, he wrote a question. What are you willing to lose to find your way back to the thing that makes you human? Odysseus answered it with 20 years of his life. The answer did not come cheap. It never does. I don't run recaps, I run projectors. The next film is already threading through the gate. Sit down.